YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back on Total War Warhammer. Going to be recording you another team battle. This time we're going to have Vampires and Empire taking on Greenskins and Norska. Let's introduce you to the armies. The Vampires, I'll just go out of here real quick. 3 Graveguard, a couple of Crypt Ghouls, Mortis Engine, Blood Knights, Zombies up front, Vladdy Daddy von Karstein for their leadership, and a Terrorgeist in the air. The Empire has some Flagellants, Spears, and a few units of Great Swords in a second line, along with the Silver Bullets, a Hellstorm Rocket Battery, Royal Altdorf Griffites, and some Demigryph Knights with Halberds. General of the Empire, Light Wizard with a net and Shim's Burning Gaze. There's some Gobbo Spears up front for the Greenskins, 4 Black Orcs, 3 Archers, and there is a triple Big Wah here. So we'll see whether or not the Greenskin player uses that effectively. I think that's a bit overkill. But the Big Wah could be used to put multiple buffs over and over again on their infantry and potentially being very devastating. And then for the Norska line, we've got Marauders up front, Throg, Shaman Sorcerer, Lore of Death, second line of Marauder Berserkers, and then we've got the Maws of Savagery, which is an extremely good Regiment of Renown unit, and then the Mist Stalkers. I'm not as familiar with these guys, but magical attacks, Armor Sundering, should be rather interesting. And then we've got the Norskan Giant here. Now the Vampire player is in a big blob here. They may be trying to pull units into their Mortis Engine. The engagement with the Greenskins is going to begin, and one of the first things I noticed is that the Wah was not activated. And I thought maybe he's waiting, because Wah actually impacts all allied units as well. That was actually a Foot of Gork on the artillery, and it was gruesomely effective. But Foot of Gork takes a huge, look at that footprint right on the artillery, takes a huge amount of magic. And the Big Wah casters here could have been well served by using that to try and punch through the Empire infantry in a big hurry, but otherwise the Empire's actually got a decent firing position for their guns. Their Light Wizards moving up to try and assist, and if you take a look here, pretty intense fight right now. The Terrorgeist did a little bit of disruption work, and again the Vampires kind of held their position back here. The Wah is burning off on Norska here, so that's actually a good opportunity for the Vampires. You can see the fight here, slogging it out. The Empire, though, with no challenge cavalry-wise, starts getting rear charges pretty quickly. And the Greenskin infantry fight should be an easy wrap-up over the Empire, but it isn't right now. And then check it out here. Norska is going to engage the Vampires in a pretty good-sized blob. Throg is going to lead his forces here. The Blood Knights, Mortis Engine, everything plowing in. Terrorgeist comes in to try and take out the Giant. You can see Norska pours it in, and then look at this. A Purple Son of Zerus from Norska, and it hits the Vampires hard. Moves right down their line, destroying tons of infantry. Just tons of infantry. It was a savage spell. The Shaman Sorcerer picks up 200 kills off of it, though it does damage some of its own spearmen at the very end, but just an absolute savage use of Purple Sun to punish the Vampire, who was clearly blobbing in order to try and maximize the Mortis Engine. Now this is the interesting thing. The Norskan player, despite that spell, still has this Giant here that's fighting the Terrorgeist, and then he even has Throg nearby, who looks like he's going to come try and put some hits on the Mortis Engine. And here he goes for it, but there's Blood Knights around as well, and a lot of other units. And you can see Throg is going to get distracted back into the fight against other units, and the Mortis Engine is going to remain safe, and it is slowly but surely pulling the life out of this Norskan infantry blob, which is struggling to finish cutting its way through the Vampires. The Empire and the Greenskins just continue to slog it out over here. The Demigryph Knights fighting up against the Spellcasters and Wurzag. You would think that that would not be a brilliant fight for Wurzag, but he's surviving it right now. But the Archers are getting wrapped up. The Black Orcs are continuing to hit hard. And over here, the Silver Bullets stand off with the Death Creepers, easily putting them to shame. Black Orcs just not cutting through this Empire infantry at the rate that I would have expected. So, kind of surprised to see the Empire infantry having lasted this long. The Maws of Savagery extricate themselves from this fight with the Vampires, but you can see over time the Mortis Engine is starting to take a toll. It's got 10 kills, but if you look, it is definitely pulling a lot of life out of the enemy troops, and it's going to start racking up kills slowly over time as the life pulled out of these troops actually starts to cause deaths. General of the Empire is back up safe in the air. Wurzag's still alive. The Maws of Savagery savage these Demigryph Knights with halberds, but then they're going to run away because they're being chased by the General of the Empire. I would actually think that that'd probably be an okay fight for them. especially if they get Wurzag to gang up in that. There's one Orc Shaman that gets run off by the Griffites. Look at the Night Goblin ability there. It actually does get into the Great Swords and cause some damage. It was a nice use of that by the Night Goblins. And then in the fight over here, again, Norska just remains blobbed up with zombies and the Terrorgeist. The Giant and Throg, neither one ever gets the Mortis engine, so a huge mistake on the part of the Norskins here. And they didn't even have any Javelins sitting in the background. The Javelins, anything could have been used to try and put down that Mortis engine, which now has 50 kills. You can see the Giant unable to get any hits on the Mortis engine. Throg distracted off of an infantry fight. He's doing good in his fight, but all those distractions are going to cost them. Spirit Leech is being used on the Terrorgeist, but it's not the end of the world right now. So, Silver Bullets are alive in late game. That is never a good thing if you don't have anything to take them out with. There are some archers that could try to help deal with them, but those archers are going to get hit by the Royal Altdorf Griffites here and utterly destroyed. That should be an instant terror there. And the Griffites are now free to go after the other Goblin Archers. Another Orc Shaman out of the game, at least temporarily. The other one came back out here. And you can see these Black Orcs are getting hit in the flank. And really this the Silver Bullets is free to basically fire on whatever it wants. And again, look at this, the Mortis engine now starting to rack up significant kills because the units around it are low on health, and a lot of the models are actually starting to drop while its aura takes its toll. Vladdy Daddy just sits there and tanks out all these infantry. That's what he does best. And the Giant really focused on the Terrorgeist the whole time, as well as Throg, ignoring the one unit that they really need to take out, especially when they had the Maws of Savagery on the battlefield. They should have been able to catch that Mortis engine. And remember, a Mortis engine does put out a regen aura. The Mortis engine here is just going to continue to destroy Norskin units. Up to 110 kills and counting. Still going to be a relatively close finish here. The greenskins are mostly gone. Not much left of them other than their spellcasters and Wurzag, who have thrown themselves into the fight, but again, no one focusing the Mortis engine except for these Deaf Creepers here, who finally start to do some damage. You cannot ignore a Mortis engine in either early or late game, especially not in the late game. It should be every focus. You can see here, Wurzag and his spellcasters still do not get the attack order that they need. And the Mortis engine continues to rampage with 140 kills and climbing. Giant didn't get many kills. It did a lot of damage to the Terrorgeist in the end. But the Terrorgeist is still alive, and he's trying to get rid of the Deaf Creepers. That's definitely not where he wants to be. It's going to be poison arrows, and not exactly a great trade here. Finally, one of the Orc Shamans gets over here and gets a hold of the Mortis engine. Does a little bit of damage, but then runs off. Terrified, I guess. No, not terrified, just runs off. Seems like Wurzag and the Orc Shaman could probably take out this Mortis engine, but they're not paying attention. Look at the Mortis engine just running right astride these archers, taking it out. There's the Maws of Savagery. But the Mortis engine continuing to take its toll. 174 kills. Vladdy is still in very good health. Wow, getting a lot of really loud noise on that Mortis engine. Throg is in pretty good health over here too. He regenerates. The Silver Bullets don't have much ammo left. They ended up with 82 kills, not bad. The Royal Altdorf Griffite's still alive. That's going to be a problem for Throg for sure, because he still has to deal with Vlad. And he would need to deal with the General of the Empire. And Wurzag's going to get caught here by a unit of zombies and attacked by Vlad, so he is in a world of hurt right now. And again, no one has taken out the Mortis engine. It is now 180 kills and climbing. So definitely going to swing into the favor of the Empire and the Vampires at this point. Throg actually got pinned down here by the Light Wizard. Shouldn't take him long to turn that fight around. But he took some damage here from the Silver Bullets. Could get some nice point-blank shots on him, and even with only a volley or two left, they're going to do some tremendous damage to Throg. Look at that, 187 kills on the Mortis engine. This unit has paid for itself several times over. It's up to a double silver chevron. Double silver chevron. I don't remember what it started the fight with. You all could go back and look, but I know it wasn't that high. I remember seeing bronze chevrons at it at one point, so it's gained at least a couple of chevrons. So it's one of the biggest unit gains in terms of chevrons that I've seen in a battle. Mortis engine just absolutely owning. All these troops out here are knocked out of the fight, and really the general of the Empire just has to come help knock out Throg, who isn't going to last much longer. Get the last shots here from the silver bullets, who helped deal with him. Very, very close fight in the end. Interesting because Norska got such a huge hit with that purple sun, but wasn't able to capitalize on it. And if they would have used that purple sun as an opportunity with a lot of the vampire infantry dead to try and get to that Mortis engine with the Maws of Savagery, or Throg, could have made all the difference there. There's a couple of Brutes of the Hound left here, but the Mortis engine will finish them as well. Tell you what, folks, I wanted to show you this replay because it just, wow. 190 kills, double silver chevron on a Mortis engine here. That is some insane kills. Here, I definitely like the double Big Wah idea. The triple Big Wah seems like a little bit of a waste, potentially. This army just did not have any protection for its flanks, and it got absolutely savaged by the Empire, who rolled in with these Demigryph Knights. You can see that the Altdorf Griffites did tremendous damage. Now, that Foot of Gork definitely killed the Hellstorm rocket battery. Not a bad trade, because that thing's pretty expensive. But overall was just kind of disappointed to see this much Big Wah on the field and see the Empire infantry perform as well as it did, right? With that much Big Wah, you would want to see an infantry knockout relatively quick. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing out. I hope to see you all back soon with some more Total War Warhammer action. If you enjoyed the video, hey man, make sure to hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. So if you watched it and you had fun, hit the like. Helps me get my videos found in the YouTube search. And then if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell. You can be in the notification squad, the first ones to know about when a new video drops. Hope to see you then. HeirofCarthage signing out.